My name is Jack Henry, and I used to get 0 women. Then I spent years studying attraction psychology and creating frameworks to make dating a science. It helped me achieve dating abundance, I helped some of my friends achieve dating abundance, and now I'm doing one-on-one coaching and creating videos like these to help guys online do the same. Today we're going to be breaking down a guy who's struggling with dating named Wyatt, so we can learn from his mistakes. I'm going to start by giving a quick overview of Wyatt's situation. Then I'm going to review his attraction trait index. Then I'm going to diagnose his bottlenecks and create some tasks for him that I think will best solve his problems. Let's get into it. So Wyatt's pretty much just a regular college guy. There's nothing much special to him. He's a sophomore, he's in a fraternity. That's about all you need to know there. But he is struggling a lot with women. Normally you would think he's just an unattractive guy, but visually he looks fine. His friends all tell him he's attractive, both the girls and the boys. And there's this guy in his fraternity who looks just like him, and he has lots of success with women. And there's been a couple times where he's been at the bar and drunk girls come up to him and try dancing with him. But what's stopping him from winning is that he has social anxiety. Now, this is something I can relate to, because for most of my life, I had pretty bad social anxiety. I ended up fixing it, and I'm going to share my secrets to how I did that. But that'll be later in the video. For now, let's get a little bit more detail on Wyatt. So, because he has social anxiety, he feels nervous to go up and talk to new people. But there's another side of it where even when he doesn't feel so nervous, he just does not have the mental energy to want to go talk to a stranger. And whether that's tied to social anxiety or not, that is a problem we got to address. Alright, now I want to review his attraction trait index. So what this is it's a majority of the traits that women find attractive in men. I scored him out of 10 on where I believe he's at with this stuff. So his visual basics, they're all good. They're all in the green. He's obviously attractive. His identity has a couple mid scores in there, but I think he's fine there for now. But moving over to social skills, his flirting skills are really hurting at a 4. So we're definitely going to have to work on those. And in his life health section, he's got another 4 with emotion control. His reputation is not the best at a 5 just because he doesn't really know many people. But that'd probably be the next step after he fixes social anxiety. So that can be in another video. Alright, now moving on to the bottlenecks. Obviously, the biggest bottleneck here is his social anxiety. And what that's a deficit in is social confidence. Now let's work backwards from there. What's causing the social confidence deficit? Well, there's a lot of ways you could fix social anxiety, but they pretty much all boil down to getting social repetition in. It's just like the gym, where the more you do something, the stronger you get. And with this, the thing you're getting stronger at is talking to strangers. It's simple exposure therapy. And maybe that's the psychology major in me talking, but I think exposure therapy is very good for dealing with this type of thing. And that's how I fix my social anxiety. And my life is so much better having done that. I'll go into more detail on what social reps he should do in the tasks section. The thing is that Wyatt has had the opportunity to get social reps in, but he hasn't acted on them. And that's because he can't get himself to go up and do it. He feels too nervous and he freaks out last minute. And the deficit here where he's not even able to get himself to do the exposure therapy, that's a deficit in mental health. Now, mental health means a lot of things, but what I mean here is that he's got something wrong with his lifestyle that's bottlenecking him from being able to do this type of thing. And in a minute, I'll reveal what I think his problematic lifestyle choices are. But for now, I think we got to the bottom of the bottleneck. But there's one more thing that I think could benefit him that's separate from mental health, but it's very similar, and it's emotion control. Some people might put mental health and emotion control in the same category, but I think they're different. I think mental health is your overall baseline mental capacity. So this is going to be how you feel on average over the course of a week or a month. But your emotion control is in the moment. It's the ability to change how you're feeling right then and there. And there's different ways we can do this. And I'm going to recommend one in the task creation section, which we're about to move into. The first task is going to be solving the mental health problem. I don't want to bore you with details about every little aspect of his life, but he's not getting enough sleep. Almost everybody needs minimum 8 hours of sleep. But the thing is, most people don't get this. Wyatt definitely doesn't. Getting bad sleep bottlenecks your entire life. I don't care what your priorities are. If you're not getting your sleep right, you're hurting those priorities. If it's your health, big time. If it's your energy, big time. If it's your productivity, which is similar, it still definitely hurts it. Imagine you get 80% of the sleep you're supposed to get your whole life. That means you only get 80% of the things done you could have got done. You only felt 80% as happy, and so on. But a lot of people get way less than 80%, and you can see how much that affects their life. If you want to figure out how much sleep you actually need to get, go to sleep and don't have an alarm. You can do this on days where you don't need to wake up for anything, but just do this a few times and see how much sleep you actually got for you to wake up naturally. But if you can do one thing to improve anything, it's to get better sleep. And with this type of thing, yes, it's tough, but you're not going to fix anything in your life if you're not willing to put in the work. Something I've been telling my clients is that if you put in the same inputs, you're going to get the same outputs. You're going to get the same results from putting in the same low level of work. If you want to have a better experience with women and everything else in your life, you got to put in the work to get a different outcome. So I hope this encourages you to start making more positive changes in your life, because you will have different results. It's physics. All right, now back to Wyatt's second task. We're going to work on his emotion control. So to help this, what I'm going to recommend to him is to start experimenting with caffeine or akarkara, which I'm sure you've never heard of, so don't worry if you haven't. Akarkara is this root that's been used in India for thousands of years, and it's kind of like caffeine, but instead there's less focus and more testosterone boost. I love it. It's safe, it's illegal. It turns me into the man when I use it. I like it so much that I tried starting a company around it. The finances didn't end up working out because I didn't have enough money to buy it enough in bulk, but I could definitely see myself doing it in the future. I would highly recommend. This is what got me to actually be able to get the social reps in and train myself that talking to strangers is actually a good thing. Because you got to teach your nervous system that. But if you're not super open to new substances, just figure out caffeine. It can definitely do a lot of the work that akarkara can. Take it with L-theanine, which is a supplement that literally all it does is lower the jitters that you get on caffeine. Because caffeine anxiety is a real thing. Sometimes if I don't want to take akarkara one night, I'll take caffeine and it works great. Because this is fixing his emotion control problem of just not having the energy to go up and talk to somebody. Now his last task is to be getting a customer service job, ideally a cashier job. Why the hell am I telling him to get a cashier job? How is this going to help his dating? Well, this is actually the main way I got my social reps in. I worked the cashier job at Raising Cane's for a few months. And other than the akarkara, this is the #1 thing that helped me fix my social anxiety. Why is that? Because you're spending hours each day interacting with hundreds to maybe thousands of strangers. The thing about you working a job like this is they come up to you to interact with you, and you can say stuff to them and it's not weird. But this really makes you feel like you're not making people uncomfortable, which is a big part of social anxiety, is feeling like, oh, these people don't want to talk to me. But you know these people want to talk to you. They have to talk to you. They need your food. What I did to maximize this is that every third customer, I had to give them a compliment, no matter who they were. This is going to put you out of your comfort zone, but very quickly you're going to realize people like being complimented. And then you start getting positive reinforcement because people treat you well. And if you do this on women, as long as you're not creepy with it, it really gives you positive reinforcement. Because if you're kind of attractive and you're confident with it, these girls will really like talking to you, especially if you're complimenting them. And it's way more than just being attractive, because whatever attraction level you think I'm at, I worked this job for 2 months without doing the compliments, without going out of my way to talk to these girls, and I got no attention. But as soon as I started complimenting them, all of a sudden they're looking at me after I take their order. They're even smiling at me. Like, they're obviously a little bit interested. And the difference is being confident, holding eye contact, and complimenting them. Ask them about their day. I really do think a cashier job is great, because it sounds dumb, so it must be pretty good if I'm recommending this so strongly. This is for people in college or maybe fresh out of college, or if you're already not working a job that pays much money, change jobs to a job that's going to benefit you better by getting you some social reps in. So do not quit your job as CEO to work at Raising Cane's. I'm begging you. If you want me to break down a dating concept in a video, comment it below. I'm opening up an Instagram later this week. After I do that, DM me a video or a paragraph of you talking about your situation, and I can break you down just like this, giving you free advice. I'll make a video just like this. But if you want me to help you in a way deeper level and work weekly with me, we can do one-on-one coaching. I just haven't opened it up to the public yet. So subscribe if you want more content like this, or if you want to stay updated so I can help you directly. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. I really do hope you got some value out of this. I'll see you in the next video.